Here's the short answer to today's question. When someone asks an AI assistant a buying question, best tool for this, or X versus Y, the engine very often lifts an honest comparison table, almost word for word, and shows it as the answer. If you have not published one, you are simply invisible on the exact questions a buyer asks. A comparison table is not bragging. It is the format the engine wants for commercial questions. Let me separate two kinds of question because they behave very differently. An informational question, what is answer engine optimization, is answered from explainer pages. A commercial question, best AEO agency for a small business, or this provider versus that one, is answered from comparisons and roundups. The commercial questions are where the money is, and they are won almost entirely by structured, comparative content. Most businesses pour effort into the informational pages and publish nothing for the commercial ones.
So let me build one. Down the left, the criteria a buyer actually cares about. Price model, languages supported, turnaround, who it is best for. Across the top, the options, including us and the real alternatives by name. Now I fill the grid honestly. And here is the rule that makes it work. You include the rows where a competitor wins. An all-green table that says you are best at everything reads as marketing and gets ignored. A mixed table reads as trustworthy and gets quoted.
This is the counterintuitive part. The table that admits where a competitor is the better choice is the table that earns the citation. An answer engine is trying to give a balanced answer, so it reaches for the source that already looks balanced. By telling the truth about where you do not win, you become the trustworthy source the engine quotes for the whole category, including for the rows where you do win. Honesty here is not a virtue. It is the strategy. This connects to a bigger idea we will return to later, source substitution. Right now, for your category, the engine is already citing some comparison page. It might be a competitor's or a generic roundup. Your goal is to publish a comparison so clearly structured and so honest that the engine prefers yours. You are not inventing a new answer. You are replacing the source the engine currently trusts with a better one. That is how you move from absent to cited on the money queries. A few formatting rules make the table easy to lift. Use a real table with proper headers, not an image of a table. An engine cannot read a picture. Keep one clear fact per cell, no paragraphs inside the grid. And put a single answer-first sentence right above the table, summarizing the verdict in plain language, so the engine can quote either the sentence or the grid. The cleaner the structure, the more likely it travels intact into the answer. And here is where a non-English market becomes an opportunity rather than a limitation. In English, there are dozens of comparison pages fighting for the best tool answer. In Polish or German, for many categories, there are almost none. So if you publish the one honest native language comparison table for your category, you can become the default cited source with far less competition. Thin language markets have far fewer competing comparison pages, so a single, honest, native language table has a clear path to becoming the cited source. Write the table natively for the market where no one else has. So here is the checklist for a comparison table that gets quoted. 1. Target a real commercial question your buyer asks. 2. Name the real alternatives, including yourself. 3. Be honest. Show the rows where a competitor wins. 4. Use clean, machine-readable markup with one answer-first sentence on top. Do this for your category, and especially in a language no one else has covered, and you put yourself directly into the answer a buyer sees at the moment of decision.
That is why comparison and substitution tables get quoted. On the questions a buyer actually asks, the engine wants a balanced, structured comparison, and it rewards the honest one. Build it, name the field, admit where you lose, format it cleanly, and own it in your own language. In the next episode, I will show you the small amount of schema an everyday business site actually needs and why it has to be pre-rendered. If you want us to build the comparison that wins your category, the first audit is free. The link is in the description and pinned in the first comment. This is Web App Ski. Thanks for watching.